Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well. My name is Atik and I am an aerospace engineer at the Boeing company, and I promise today's video gonna be one of the life-changing video for you, because in today's video I'm gonna discuss if you are an international student and come to the United States to pursue your master's or PhD degree, and if you want to build your career in the aerospace industry here, what are some of the challenges that you will face starting from your grad school to entering to the aerospace industry, and how can you nail those very efficiently in today's video. So stick to me, I'm coming back to you soon. So my friend, as we said, let's consider that you have completed your Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Engineering, Aerospace Engineering or Mechanical Engineering from a country like Bangladesh, India, Nepal or any other countries. Okay. Now you want to come to the United States for pursuing your Master's or PhD degree in Aerospace Engineering or Mechanical Engineering. What the very beginning steps, at this very beginning steps, what are some of the problems that you're gonna face? Number one, shortage of funding. Shortage of funding means most of the university professors, those who do their research in the aerospace field, most of them are funded by the US government agency like Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or sometimes by company like Boeing, Bombardier, and also sometimes by Airbus. So what's problem here is that most of the cases this funding has a restriction that the people who will be working on that lab, they should be coming from holding the citizenship of the United States. So in that case, no matter how much meritorious student you are from Bangladesh, Nepal or other countries, the professor will simply not be able to recruit you in his or her lab because of your citizenship, which you do not have any control over. So this is the number one problem. The very second problem, let's say you are a very lucky person, somehow you are able to manage the fund for pursuing your graduate study in aerospace engineering or sometimes in mechanical engineering like me, where you pursued mechanical engineering but most of your research was concentrated in aerospace engineering domain. Like I did my PhD degree from University of North Dakota, where my degree was Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, that is PhD in Mechanical Engineering, but my research focus was heavily or entirely on aerospace engineering. Why? Because University of North Dakota during that time, they didn't have the aerospace degree in graduate school level. So that was good for me, honestly speaking. So what will be the some problem if you joined as an aerospace engineering graduate school? The main problem that you will start facing that compared to your other lab mates, those who are studying aerospace engineering with you or maybe working in the same lab that you work with, you will see that they will have a multiple options to apply for scholarship, fellowship, internship, where in every cases your footprint will be limited just because of the citizenship issue. So this is another thing you need to consider. But my friend, don't get panic. I am mentioning every problem that you might face, but at the same time, end of the video, I will also explain some of the possible way you can overcome this problem and become successful in this domain. Okay, so don't get panic. Third problem, being an international graduate school student for aerospace engineering would be, let's say you work in a lab, your professor is an American citizen and another student working in the lab, they are as well. So there will be some of the project, as I said, funded by Boeing, Airbus, Bombardier, Federal Aviation Administration. Those organizations or the company, they will have some data which will have the data restriction for only applicable for the US people, like US green card holder or the citizen people. So in that case, being an international student, even though you are very good at research in the lab, professor and your other lab mate will not be able to share those information with you. This is another big drawback, and sometimes it may put you down from your mind why you are not getting this data, but my friend, this is the reality. You have to accept it. The fourth problem that you're gonna face, which is very crucial, and I believe this is the biggest problem that mainly faced by most of the international aerospace engineering student in the grad school and also in the undergrad level. What is that problem? After finishing your degree or before finishing your degree, when you gonna start applying for the jobs in the industry, and I believe that you will start getting this feeling almost during your student life when you will be started applying for the internship, and from that time you will started building up these feelings that how difficult domain it is for you to survive, and it will become more clear for you when you will start applying for the full time. Let's say you are a doctoral degree student and you have submitted your first thesis draft to your professor, and ideally this is the best time to start applying for the job. And from that time when you will start applying for the job, you will find that almost 90 to 95% of the jobs in the aerospace domain is for the citizen or the local people here. So being an international student, even though you hold a green card, this will become a disastrous experience for you. Your world will become very limited unless you go for the academia position, like applying for a tenure track position in the academia. Unless those types of job, holding an aerospace degree, graduate degree, it will be extremely difficult for you to nail in the industry. And as I said, this is applicable even though if you are a green card holder, because most of the aerospace industry, they will look for you to be a citizen. Okay, so this is the biggest problem, and I think this is the most important problem, which is number 4 problem that I mentioned right now. So my friend, I think this is another bad thing for you. You got panic. Now let's see how can you nail those problems, navigate those problems, and come out with a solution. Welcome back to the solution part, my friend. As I said you, the first problem that you're gonna face, it will start from your application process. When you will be reaching out to different professor, they will tell you that they cannot hire you even though having a good profile because you are a non-US person. So how to navigate those problems? That I always give this suggestion to the students, that beside just looking for aerospace engineering graduate program, you should also look for mechanical engineering graduate program or material science and engineering graduate program, because this program will significantly help you to build and boost your graduate school life. On the other hand, if you come from avionics background, that is aviation electronics background, you should also look for electrical and electronics engineering, cyber security or computer science, those major for your graduate school. Because you studied aerospace engineering or avionics engineering, that doesn't mean that graduate school level they will not take you for electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, material engineering or computer science. That doesn't say so. You are completely good to apply for those schools. I did my master's and PhD in mechanical engineering, even though I have a bachelor degree in aeronautical and aerospace engineering. Okay, so this is the solution that you can take. That problem that I said, even though you are working in the same lab, professor and some of your lab mate will not be able to share the same information with you that you think that you deserve because of your nationality problem. Now the solution that I took in the second part of the solution, that choosing your research area wisely, that thing can solve this problem as well. So choosing appropriate research area in the appropriate domain can solve many of the problem. And you know, the fourth problem that I said, that you will have difficulty to get into the industry, the second solution that I said, choosing your major research area wisely, will also help you significantly in that domain as well. On top of that, having a good or market demanding research area, something like I said, FEA, structural analysis, composite material, or CFD, or sometimes artificial intelligence, machine learning, those sort of things will widen your research area outside of aerospace as well. One of the very important thing I would say to solve this fourth part of the problem, like finding industry position, I'm sharing it with you here. So when you try to apply for your grad school, masters or PhD, always try to apply for PhD, because nowadays market is competitive, and having a PhD degree doesn't only necessarily mean that you will work in the academia. At least for the US circumstances, holding a PhD, you can always join to the industry. On the other hand, you will even get more paid because you are holding a PhD. So what is the main advantage of PhD? Getting employed in the United States sometimes is very daunting without citizenship or green card. So your PhD degree might help you very well getting qualified for green card and subsequently for the PhD. There is one types of green card called NIW, National Interest Waiver, that you can apply based on your intellectual property, like your published journal paper, conference paper, and also the number of citations you gathered on those papers. So how it works? A perfect blueprint for you guys should be like that. You applied for PhD degree in aerospace engineering or mechanical engineering, having your focus research area in structural analysis, FEA, or other field that I already said, or machine learning, artificial intelligence. You come here for PhD, but after 1 year, tell your supervisor that before doing your PhD, or sometimes your supervisor even will tell you, okay, Mr. X, you came for PhD, but you do not have master's, so let's take a master's first, then go for PhD. You can always do this. When you are pursuing your PhD, in between you can take a master's. So after 2 or 3 years in your PhD journey, take a master's degree. And after having the master's degree, before finishing your master's degree, I recommend you to publish at least 2 or 3 conference paper or 1 or 2 journal paper, because once you are done with your master's degree in the STEM field, like engineering field, then go for a good immigration attorney and put a file there for your NIW green card. So you have finished your masters and you have applied for NIW green card, and you are remaining with your PhD, and you have 3 to 4 years in hand more to complete your PhD, right? During that time, your NIW green card process will start, and when you will be 1 or 2 years remaining to complete your PhD degree, by this time your green card will be at your hand, by which once you are done with your PhD degree, you can easily enter to the industry, maybe automotive industry, or sometimes if you are lucky, you can join the aerospace industry as well. In that case, what good thing is that even though at the very first time you cannot enter to the aerospace industry, no problem, you can start your career with automotive or other industry. After 4 or 5 years, when you will become a citizen, whole United States is open for you, so you are not wasting your any time. What I said before, doing your PhD, do a master's degree as well beside PhD. Why it is important? Because when you apply for the NIW green card, let's say you came for PhD and you do not have any degree right after your bachelor degree that you gained from your country. All 5 or 6 years you are just doing your PhD. So when you apply for your green card, NIW green card, they will ask, do you have any North American degree? And beside your bachelor degree, you do not have anything. And the PhD degree, what you will have, it is waiting for future. So they look for something North American degree. So having a master's degree in your PhD journey, that will help you to meet that requirement, that you have a North American degree, master's degree, and by which you can apply for your NIW green card. Another big benefit is that when you will apply for the internship, when you apply for internship in the United States, just you are doing your PhD, sometimes it doesn't make good impression to the employer. So if you have a North American degree, master's degree before getting your PhD, that will help you to get a good internship as well during that time. On top of that, if you can manage your green card by NIW during that time, this will make your journey even easier. So do that. This is a very valuable strategy that I shared with you guys. If you follow this, I'm telling you, your life will be much more easier and you will be a very much successful professional in the aerospace domain. Okay, this solution number 4, it seems like very easy, but it will only become easy if you have good number of publications, maybe conference, maybe journal, and good number of citations, for which I always encourage international people to start publishing early. Now you may ask me, okay, how can I start publishing early? Will it be good for me? Like, sometimes professor, they have very high standard of bar. They might not allow you to publish something that they do not think that it is standard enough. So my friend, Let's say your professor is not allowing you to publish any ordinary paper. In that sense, you can do something else. Like, it's not important to publish with your professor. Sometimes you can just publish a review paper by reading bunch of paper in an area. You can write a review paper or summary paper. And if it is a problem to publish in the United States, you can publish in your own country like India or Bangladesh. Send it to a conference there. If you have any university junior, those who are good friends or your buddies there, just tell them, okay, instead of me, you go to the conference and present the paper, and they will be very happy to do the collaboration with you. I know they will be very happily help you in that case. So in that case, even though your US professor is not recommending you to publish a paper, you can do this, and this will not create any conflict of interest, because the research area you are publishing the summary paper, it has no connection to the work that you are doing in the professor lab. And by your own effort, you can always publish whatever you want without making any affiliation with your professor. That's in your personal time. Okay, so if you want to get something early, if you want to get something good, you have to put always some extra effort compared to others. However, this is optional. I am just taking you this way that you can also utilize to increase your number of publications and increase your collaboration, because being an international student, your publications, your citations, your research credentials will always fight for you. I always recommend do the genuine research, always do it with your professor collaboration. But in case sometimes if you find that your supervisor is not supporting enough publishing by yourself in your country and collaborating with people from there, it might be a good way for you as well. But again, your first priority should be to work and publish research with collaboration with your professor. But not everyone is equally lucky, right? Our life is not fair. In some cases, if this is not the good option for you, if you do not get the right person as your supervisor, the way that I said, collaborating people from your country, your university junior or your friends will be another good way to accomplish this job. So my friend, if you follow this full video, the problem I said, of course, as an international graduate student in aerospace domain, you will face those problems. And the solution that I also gave here, I believe these are very effective. I applied all of them almost in my own life, and I got good benefits and success from there. So if you follow this route, if you follow this trajectory, I believe you will be also successful in your life. Please feel free to drop any comment or concern below if you have. I also do the paid personal consultation for 30 minutes, but this is paid. Of course, if you want something like that, we can offer this as well during the weekend time. So let me know if it is something your plan. However, whatever concern you have, feel free to drop comment below. I will try to answer every and introduce every concern that you are asking. So don't hesitate to ask in the comment below. I will try to answer all of your concern, and I will see you in the next video with something new. Till then, have fun and have a nice rest of the day. Bye bye.